Hey, Sean G here from Chasing the Truth. You're about to get some of the best of samples of shows I've done over the last 5 years. God bless y'all and enjoy.
Everybody was over at my place and we put the cassette in and was listening to it, and it was just this kind of soft voice teaching you how to try to astral project. And they were doing things like pretend like you were holding a ball and you throw it in the air and you catch it, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we laid there for about 45 minutes to an hour or something like that. Nothing happened. We just kind of got bored of it and was like, whatever. So went about our day and everything. Well, a couple weeks later, I think it was a Saturday night, I was laying on the couch and I was by myself. The TV was on. We had church in the morning, so nobody was over. And I was like, well, I'm going to try this one more time, just alone. So I lay there. I do the whole experience of trying to think of the ball and throw it into the air and all that stuff. And I'm laying for probably about 20 minutes, not moving. And all of a sudden, it's like gravity got turned up to 20 on my entire body. I just felt everything get pulled into the couch. I was listening to the TV, but I don't really remember what it was on. But as soon as this happened, it turned to static. And I remember it distinctly being static.
All right.
And it was pretty loud. So I felt the weight, and then I heard the TV. And the first thing I thought was, well, what happened to the TV? I opened my eyes, and when I opened my eyes, about 1.5 to 2 feet above my head is this face floating. No body, no neck, just a face. It was split down the very middle of its face, and half of it was black, like sheer black, and had a white eye, and the other half was white and had a black eye. And it was dead center down all the way down from forehead to chin. And then behind it there was these I call them tentacles because they were kind of clustered together, but they looked more like hair, but they were clumped up. And they kind of flowed like they were submerged in water. They just kind of waved around it, and they went all the way around its face. So I'm laying there and I see this thing, and it's just staring down at me. We're parallel to each other. It doesn't have a body or anything, but it's looking right down at me. And I didn't move. It didn't move. We just kind of stared at each other. Well, after about 5 minutes or so, I just decided to kind of look around the room and see what was going on. This thing wasn't moving. It was just hovering there. So I looked to the side. My head is like pinned to the couch, but I could still move my eyes. I looked to the side, and just as I did, I saw out of the corner of my eye, this thing kind of jerked forward, like, came at me really fast. So I looked back at it, and it was still, it was a little closer, but it was still just staring at me. And then all of a sudden, it sprung at me, and it came straight for me. And that, caused me to kind of jerk myself. And then all of a sudden, I was awake. And I say awake, but it's not like I woke up. It was like all the lights just turned on, and the TV went back to the way it was. I just, boom. It was back to normal, and the face was gone. So that was the very first time that I saw it.
Do you remember, was there any kind of tactile feeling from this thing? Did you feel anything from it? Did it touch you? Did you hear any specific noises associated with it?
It didn't attack me. I was scared when it came towards me. That's what kind of brought me out of this. I did feel threatened by it. Its motions were very jerky and quick and everything. But the hair kind of, like I said, it was like it was in water, but it kind of delayed behind its actions. You know what I mean? So like when it would jerk forward, it would take a second for the tentacles to come back around to it and all this stuff. But
Okay. When this started occurring and subsequent events, did anybody see or feel or say, well, there's something weird in this house or wherever you were when this occurred? I know it occurred
Um,
at different places and throughout the world.
right. Majority of the time that I had this experience, I was alone. The only couple times that I believe it happened when somebody else was in the room, they were asleep. So nobody had any kind of thing to say about it. It was basically just me.
Okay. So did you wake up in a sweat? Were you cold, hot? Were you
My heart was
shaking?
beating 90 miles a minute. I can
Oh,
tell you
okay.
that.
All right. Well, me being, nosy, more or
hmm
less, was there any drugs or anything involved in any of these encounters?
When we first attempted it, when I had my buddies over, we were smoking weed, but nothing happened then. But the time that I was on my couch, I wasn't smoking or drinking or anything like that.
Okay, folks, thanks for listening to this best of sample of some of my 5 years in doing this radio show podcast called Chasing the Truth. Please visit imdarkwaters.com or you can email me at seang at imdarkwaters.com. And my numbers and links are in the description below. God bless y'all, and I'll catch you on the flip side.